Good morning and happy Tuesday, everyone. Okay, so my computer is right in front of me right now because I don't know if last week's episode of Hot Ones was the season finale. It was never said if it was or not. So, obviously I plan to react if anything is there. However, for this video, I kind of do have a bit of a backup plan if there is no new guest, and Will Forte was the season finale. Which again, if that was the case, it was a great season finale. But before that, let's get to my low behind my act of kindness. Let's see. I don't know, I guess I'm kind of dreading how busy I'm going to be for the next, I'd say, let's see, it's 6:45 right now, just about. 24 plus, let's see, 3:45, 39. We'll say 34 hours. I'll be very busy for the next 34 hours. And I'm kind of dreading it. Just a bunch of appointments and stuff I gotta do. So, just kind of dread it. I mean, everybody dreads this sort of thing, but, I feel it. My high was, let's see, what was my high? There was a certain party I'm going to on Sunday, and I was able to get the items I need for it, so took care of that. And what was my act of kindness? My act of kindness was, my mom wanted me to do something I thought was really dumb, but I did it anyway. So, yeah, that was my act of kindness. So, enough stalling. Let's see if we have a new Hot Ones guest. If we do, it would be the 14th Hot Ones guest of 2023. Why do I keep saying 2023? It's 2025. Then again, 2023 I do believe is the year I actually started doing that, maybe. I don't know. Hold on. First we feast, Hot One, okay. I'm not looking. Oh. No. We do not have a new guest. Nothing. No, we really don't have it. So yeah, last week's episode of Hot Ones was the season 26 finale. Now I feel a little embarrassed that, well, in my defense, if they just said it was the season 26 finale, I would have I think I did a solid job. I think I at least properly thanked the good folks over at First Street Feast for a good season. Oh, if I didn't, well, thank you. It was a very great season 26, and the sun is shining like right in the side of my eye right now. Holy cow! Let me scooch up a little bit. There we go. That works. So what was I going to talk about today if there was no new Hot Ones guest? Well, I think there is one thing I can definitely share. And actually there's several ways I can go about doing this. I guess really I can do some housekeeping for starters. I'm really digging Chucker Conroy's Let's Play of Twilight Princess, which is the Let's Play I've always wanted to see him do. Like, this is the first time I've watched Chucker Conroy, and I'm watching him Let's Play Twilight Princess. Again, the game I've always wanted to see him Let's Play. I'm like, wow, I'm actually watching this. Like, for real, I'm legit watching this. And, to say I'm having a blast watching it's a complete understatement. Although, when, I'll tell you what though, it's gonna feel like I'm worried it's gonna feel like I have no purpose left in life when the Let's Play ends. Like, I feel like at the end of, Inigo Montoya's character in, The Princess Bride, where, like, after, he killed the guy who killed his father, he's like, I spent so much time thinking about revenge, I don't know what else to do. Like, that's probably gonna be me. Oh, I'm sure. Listen, for what it'll be worth, though, I know for a fact I'll be happy. For sure. Plus, I mean, is there anything else I want to see Sherry Carver do after this? Well, you know what there is, but I'm going to wait until he officially ends his Let's Play before I talk about it. Anyway, let's see. Oh, right. The One Piece anime is back, obviously. And last week they had 2 new episodes, but this week we just had 1, as how it usually is. And maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just like, because, again, I've been, like a lot of other One Piece fans, I've been so jaded with the pacing of One Piece that, anything different does look incredible to me. But I thought the pacing for this last episode went above and beyond what I was expecting. Like, I mean, if you don't know what happened in this episode, Kizaru fights Sentomaru, which that happened in the manga, but we barely saw anything in the manga. The anime, thankfully, filled in the few gaps, which is good. Like, in the manga, it just looks like Kizaru pretty much one-shot Sentomaru. Meanwhile, in the anime, I mean, technically he kind of does, but at least, like, it showed that Sentomaru, like, didn't go down, like, one shot, if that makes sense. Like, he was actually fighting hard, and you're actually thinking, okay, Sentomaru got game. And as great as that was, that's not the part you want to hear me talk about. No, you guys want me to talk about what happened at the end, which not only was done justice in the anime from the manga, but at least in the One Piece world, it's a callback to something that happened 2 years ago. I'm gonna paint the scenario. Okay, so 2 years ago, in the Saba Odi arc, where it's a Luffy, Chopper, and Brook meet Shaki, who is Rayleigh's wife, and revealed to be someone very important later. Anyway, Shaki told Luffy and the rest, and Chopper and Brook, that Rayleigh is 100 times stronger than they are at that time, right? Now, if you don't know what happened in the Sabati arc, this is when the Straw Hats get separated. Bartholomew Kuma uses his power to separate them and, not teleport, because they actually flew around for like several days, but basically they were transported to somewhere else where they were separated. Before that happened, though, Admiral Kizaru shows up, and he is an admiral. If you don't know anything about the admirals, is that for the most part, except for Fujitora, they all have Logia Devil Fruit powers. Now, a Logia Devil Fruit power is usually something more elemental, like fire or, ice. Something that not only can you conjure and manipulate it, but you can also physically become that thing. Admiral Kizaru has the ability to become light itself. So he can conjure, manipulate, and become light, can shoot, lasers from his finger that are made of light, that are also highly explosive. He can move at the speed of light, although that raises some debate if it's actually the literal speed of light or if that's just something One Piece is doing. Because, and Grand Line Review did a great job of explaining this, if you were to actually move at the speed of light and you stop moving, like the force it would take to stop you would create something akin to a nuclear explosion. I mean, personally, I think that once Kizaru becomes light, that's all he is light, and light has no physical mass to it. He only gets his physical mass back when he's no longer intangible, but that's just me. Anyway, so basically, Kizaru shows up. Straw Hats can't do anything, but Rayleigh, again, 100 times stronger than Straw Hats, shows up and holds him back, which is pretty much all he can do. Like, they're pretty much at, like, a standstill the entire time this is going on, right? So cut back to 2 years later. This episode, where Kizaru shows up again. He's about to chase down the Sunny, but then Luffy is standing right there. Now, first of all, what happened in the manga is Luffy is already standing right there for Kizaru to meet up with Kizaru, and Luffy immediately kicks him, and he says a certain line. I'm not gonna say what that line is yet. In the anime, though, first of all, it shows Luffy, like, I was using his rubber stretching arm power to swing off of the Sunny and land onto the ground to meet Kizaru, which looked really cool. But then Kizaru is about to say something, and then he says, he's about to say, I forget what Kizaru says, but then Luffy just goes, obviously not light speed, but he just, like, zooms right onto the animation for this was goated, by the way. He kicks Kizaru, just like in the manga, and just like in the manga, he says the line I was about to mention earlier. He says, Kizaru, we are 100 times stronger than we were 2 years ago. That is a callback to what Shaki said in the Savati arc. It's actually one of the greatest callbacks to anything I've seen ever. And it was awesome. Man, I can't wait till the next episode. Because they already hinted, because it's pretty obvious. I think they fixed the pacing. I think they finally did. Because at least in the preview for the next episode, they show Kuma reaching a Mary Joie, and then some of Luffy and Kizaru's fight, which in of itself was each a chapter of its own. So, I think they got the pacing right. I don't know. I'm hoping they got it right. And the sun is back in my eye again, because the sun is rising that way. Of course it is. So, anything else I want to talk about? Well, I guess it'd be a little remiss if I didn't mention Pokemon Legends ZA, which is going to be the newest Pokemon game to come out later in 2025 for the Switch and the Switch 2. Yeah, listen, I'm not going to talk about the whole tariffs and how much the Switch 2 costs. Lord knows everyone's already talked about that so far. I'm not going to be that guy. So, honestly, Legends ZA looks really good. Like, really, really good. I'm a little... Because it's kind of hard to... The trailer makes it difficult to determine the setting. Like, when Legends Arceus came out a few years ago, it was very clear what the setting was going to be. Which was the Hisui region, which was early Sinnoh. And it took place, like, I think 3,000 years ago, maybe? I think that's how it was. ZA, though, definitely looks to be more of a modern time. Definitely taking place in the past. But also, not so deep in the past that you can't recognize anything. Like, there's modern buildings, some modern technology. The entirety of the game looks like it takes place in Lumio City, which was barely explored in, X and Y. Lumio City. Because if you can't tell, or if you don't already know this, every Pokemon region has been based off of a certain area of the world. Like, Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, and Sinnoh are all based off of areas in Japan. Unova was based off of basically, it took inspiration from America. In fact, Castelia City is easily supposed to be like one of the big metropolis areas like New York City or Chicago. Kalos, which is where Lumio City is and where Legend ZA takes place, that's actually based off of Europe. In fact, Lumio City, the design of Lumio City itself, in fact, the Lumios Tower, if you couldn't already tell by looking at it, is inspired by Paris. Because it's built off of like a circular grid. Much like Washington, D.C., actually. So, the setting looks good, but what do I think of like the style, the gameplay, the Pokemon involved? At first, I was a little bit concerned with the starters. And by concerned, I mean, why would you ever have Chikorita? Like, even diehard Pokemon fans who like Chikorita will tell you that Chikorita is probably the worst starter ever. There's just not a good moveset with Chikorita. And again, being pure grass, there are so many weaknesses. But in Legends Arceus, Rowlet, Oshawott, and Cyndaquil got Hisui variants of their final evolutions. So maybe they'll probably do something with that here. With Meganium for Alligator and Emboar. Which, again, a lot of people are also concerned like 2 Johto starters and 1 Unova starter. Which, I mean, I'm okay. I mean, again, I was okay with Tepig and Totodile. But again, everyone had concerns about Chikorita. As they should. But then I heard the fact that they're bringing back Mega Evolutions, and okay. So far, it's been revealed that, actually, hold on, hold on. Pokemon Legends ZA Mega Evolution, okay. Okay, as of right now, there are 27 Pokemon that are actually 26 because one got scrapped. But 27 Pokemon will now receive a new Mega Evolution. Clefable, Victory Bell, Starmie, Dragonite, yes. All 3 of the stars I mentioned, Meganium, Feraligatr, and Emboar. Skarmory, Frostlass, Excadrill, Scolipede, Scrafty, Electros, Chandelure. The 3 Kalos stars, so Chestnut, Delphox, and Greninja. Pyroar, Malamar, Dragalge, Hawlucha, Barbaracle, Drampa, Phalanx, Floette's alternate form, and Zygarde. Now, Zygarde I definitely feel should get the Mega Evolution because, again, Zygarde is the Z in ZA. Yeah, if you don't know, when X and Y came out, I mean, aside from being of Xerneas and Yveltal being creation and destruction, their names begin with X and Y respectively. So that's why it worked. And obviously, if you have an X and Y, you gotta have a Z. Zygarde is the letter Z. And fun fact about Zygarde, in alphabetical order, Zygarde is the final Pokemon. If you were to take all the Pokemon that have ever existed, forms and all, and you go from alphabetical order to the very bottom, Zygarde is last. I mean, Zygarde's name literally begins with ZY. Like, it doesn't, like, the only way it could have gotten any lower is if it, like, double Z. Like, which is a thing, I mean, pizza and everything. But the point is, like, Zygarde, last Pokemon in alphabetical order. Which I always thought was really neat. But Zeraora was supposed to get a Mega Evolution, but now it got scrapped. I don't really know why. And you know what? The fact that they scrapped it and the fact that a lot of people are complaining about means we're going to get it eventually, just not at the moment in time. But I'm really digging how Legend ZA is going to work. You know, like, it actually should look and feel like what a Pokemon battle would be in real life. Like, Pokemon are able to move and dodge out of the way of things and stuff like that. So, I'm really excited. I think we're going to be due for something really cool. I don't really know what's going to happen in terms of, because the Pokemon Legends games are games that they need to be transferred into whatever the next generation is. I don't know if these Mega Evolutions are going to be transferred into Scarlet and Violet. It'd be cool if they were. Although, I mean, every single one of these Pokemon that are getting a Mega Evolution, I'm really excited for. But if you were to tie me down and say, listen, of the Pokemon you just mentioned that are getting Mega Evolutions, which one are you picking as like the one that you're most hyped for? You know what? I gotta go with the OG of the OG, Dragonite. Get yourself a Dragonite. Yeah, man. I mean, Dragonite would then be the 5th pseudo-legendary to receive a Mega Evolution. Because as of right now, Tyranitar, Salamence, Metagross, and Garchomp all have Mega Evolutions. But Dragonite doesn't. I mean, there's still other pseudos that need Mega Evolutions as well. But Dragonite would be the next one to do it. And that's going to be awesome. So yeah. Those are like the 3 things I wanted to talk about today. Do a little bit of housekeeping. And I'm ready to start my day. Now I don't feel so worked up about how busy I'm going to be for the next 34 hours. I hope you like this video. If you like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow on social media. As always, I'm here to help me this video for all you guys watching. Enjoy for the hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. I forgot the end of the week. And remember, if you guys want to talk to me, we'll be here to let you know. I'll be back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.